Right, are we live? Looks like it. Let's tag the Discord. So I do apologise in advance for the audio. I don't have the usual microphone I'd use for the streams. So what I have to do is use my laptop microphone and then use my AirPods to stop the sound from my laptop leaking through onto the microphone. So this is the final test before the DLC goes live tomorrow. Hello, Real Smurf. First one in again. Is that showing up alright? Yeah. Heckaboy is first to join, second to comment. Hello, Wyoming weather trackers. There's actually some storms going on in the UK just now. So we'll do a brief detour. So I'm based up here around Newcastle. This is where I was just on holiday near Wales. Ironically, the day after I come back, they seem to start getting storms, or 2 days after I get back, they start getting storms down here. So nothing much interesting happening up here. Some reports of tornadoes down around this area. Some funnel clouds and things. I'll try and collect those together maybe tomorrow. I'll share the tweets and videos that people have shared on social media. But yeah, UK's had some tornadoes and even twin funnels at one point. But it doesn't look like any of this is going to make it near where I am up there. So just some light drizzle. Yeah, so let's jump into the game. Is the audio okay? Hopefully everybody can hear me all right. It won't be as clean as it usually is, but hopefully not as bad as when it switches to using my AirPods as the microphone. Cool weather simulator called 2D Weather Sandbox. Oh, I think I've heard of that before. It's like a fluid simulation, isn't it? You can simulate heat and stuff, and if you're really clever, you can create cells and things like that. So we're testing DLC, so let's test the red truck DLC. We're going to do career mode. So there's going to be a trade-off. So somebody raised a valid point that it shouldn't really just be pay to win. Not pay to win, but pay for a massive advantage for having two probes. So I thought, if you do have two probes, there also needs to be some sort of disadvantage to that. So what that is that with the red truck having a longer wheelbase and a higher cross-sectional area, it's going to be more vulnerable to the wind. So it should start getting lofted at about 150, 160 miles an hour. Whereas the yellow truck, you can push that to probably 175, 180 miles an hour. And that's before any upgrades as well. So as you upgrade the red truck, each upgrade isn't going to have as much effect as it would if you upgrade in the yellow truck. So it's kind of evens it out. So you've got the red truck, which can get you twice as much data, but you have a bit less precision with your deployments because you can't get as close before you have to make an escape. And then you've got your yellow truck, which can get you up close and personal to the tornado and away more quickly, but equally you only have one probe to collect data. So let's chase top 1% of chasers. Let's go for that. I think I'll keep hunts enabled, they're quite fun. And we'll see how things go. So things I need to check, let's do a walk around like you would with an aeroplane. Yeah, we've got these little black bars added to the grille. So there's a certain brand of vehicle, which you might be able to figure out what this is, where they have a grille that's in the shape of a crosshair. So I've had to purposely block out some of the distinctive features because they're trademarked and cover them with my own and add some additional features to the grille. Let's check the lights. Let's hop in and turn the lights on. They all light up nicely, including the ones on top of the cab. Got the tailgate here. Close that. Yeah, so what I want to pay attention to, I'm not going to take needless risks. I'm going to try and play like I would normally. But actually, I think I was doing some testing. I think I turned map tile rings down. Yeah, let's set that back to 4. But if there's a chance to get close to the tornado, I want to try and push the winds to about 140, 150 right before it gets lofted, and to see how the vehicle behaves. So the cell's got up there to our west. So we go to call the expanding rectangle of doom. If something happens, it's just a glitched cloud that expands and sometimes crashes it. Oh, if you get a video or screenshots of that, that would be useful to know. Yeah, I've not experienced a glitched rectangle of doom yet. Oh, that's quite far away, isn't it? How are we going to get all the way up there? I think I just missed my turn. Which way is the cell moving? Looks like it's moving northeast. Should, if it spawned there, should really be moving more towards the southwest. But oh well, we'll deal with it. Yeah, well, head north and then turn right and go past this string of towns. And then we should be in somewhat of a good part of the road network to intercept, so let's do that. Yeah, still think I need to add some sort of softening and masking of the wall cloud at a distance. It is already in place, but I think it needs to take place at even at closer distances. Yes, let's follow us around here. That a tornado intercept vehicle. So I was joking last night. I do want a distinctive intercept vehicle for the game. I was joking I was going to call it the Secure Anchored Machine, since it spells out my name. But I was actually brainstorming some ideas of what it could look like. It needs to be something distinctive, so not just your generic like pickup truck with some angled like reinforcement armor. Because like I'm probably going to offend a lot of people here, but I don't really see much difference between the Tiv and the Dominator. They're just the same vehicle, and add into that the what do you call it? What's the one from Into the Storm? It's all the same. It's like just angled reinforcement with some plexiglass around a vehicle. It doesn't look distinctive enough. So I was thinking of some ideas. Something I was thinking of, and because it's also a throwback to Twister, is having 3 or 4 almost helicopter blades, but it would be more. But they'd be like stationary spoilers, but positioned almost like helicopter blades. Oh, tornado's coming down. Let's try and get in front of that then. With the idea being is that as the winds increase, the wind blows over the spoilers, and they can all angle themselves independently and push the vehicle onto the ground. So the stronger the winds, the stronger you're actually anchored. The ground would just be distinctive because your truck would look almost like a helicopter. I tried getting ChatGPT to generate some concept images, but they just look like generic AI slop. I didn't like them at all, not even as concept images. Let's say we get a nice cone tornado here. Wall cloud's barely visible. A pretty small wall cloud there. Oh, we're getting a strong hook already. So I think if we keep heading north, which way the directions are going? Probably east-northeast. Maybe you could design it. Yeah, feel free to sketch out some ideas of what you might think. It needs to be something distinctive and unique looking for the game. And who knows, maybe I can make it into the game, but I am admittedly being quite fussy about how I want it to look, so can't make any guarantees about it making it into the game, but I'd definitely be interested to see the ideas you come up with. You might inspire an additional idea, which then ends up in the game. Oh, it's lifting again. It's lifting. I don't know if we should go north and around this way, or back east and along this direction. Oh, we've got a lot of towns to warn. Okay, maybe we should make the priority warn on those towns for now. Yeah, I think... Yeah, let's head east and start warning towns. There's a tornado though, nice little cone tornado. Just about to start hitting the ground. There we go, got touchdown. When will there be conservation of angular momentum in tornadoes? Well, I did talk about that, yeah. It's hard to say exactly when, because each night when I sit down, I just kind of arbitrarily choose what I'm going to work on that night. So I can't really give an exact time scale. Maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks, if more urgent things with the DLC being released, I imagine I might be busy tweaking that, depending on the feedback I get. Alright, that's gone from cone to stovepipe very quickly. Right. I'm going to warn these two towns will pass through just to be on the safe side. I'm not going to warn this town, it doesn't really seem like it's in danger to me. And I do have the EAS option, but I don't want to use it in the first few minutes of the game. Let's stop and get some photos as well. Oh, nice power flash there. Yeah, very shallow wall cloud there. The tail cloud's more distinct than the wall cloud. Okay, let's continue northwards. A nice debris cloud, dust cloud kicking up around the base there. Oh, with a nice power flash as well. Right, this is going to be the difficult bit. Actually, no, it's not, because once we've won one town in the sequence, again, it warns all connected towns, but it is getting very close there, so let's tear around this corner. But if you look how long the wheelbase is on this thing, look, trying to control that. Oh, we don't have long, it looks like it's going to make impact quite soon. Let's warn this town. Right, and what I'm going to do, rather than using all the dirt roads, because that's going to be very slow, we're going to try and warn here and then warn there. We're going to try and do this all manually, if we can. But that town's about to get whacked. Right, come on, come on, come on, come on. Brake. Handbrake. There we go. Yeah, hopefully this vehicle will feel different to the yellow truck as well. So you feel like you genuinely got a different vehicle, not just a different 3D model. What? Can you hear the roar? I can hear the tornado roaring from over here. Right, let's warn this town. Tornado ETA 37 seconds. Not a whole lot of leeway. I'm starting to think maybe this does justify using the AS alert. Yeah, we're getting a lot of injuries. Let's get that AS alert going. I think I'm going to disable chemicals. Oops, that's not going to do anything. And enable all the data on both the probes. Let's just go for as much data as we can get. Wow, that's got bigger. That's got close quickly. I'm going to turn reflectivity off now. It's kind of hiding. Right, we're in the perfect position here to both test whether the truck gets lofted and to also do some quick deploys. So we'll do one there. Select the other probe. There, so 110 miles per hour. Wow, look at all that debris. Okay, watch out for that. That's going to take our health away very quickly. Should I shelter in one of the houses and we can watch the tornado go by? Unfortunately, we can't shelter in any of those houses because they're now gone. But we can hear the roaring and stuff smashing. What can we see from the window? Wow. Right, let's not waste too much time in here because we do have a tornado to intercept. Oops, wrong side of the door. Right, let's think. Intercept plan. Where's it heading? It's heading over here. So if we go north, maybe we can beat it over here. Actually, it may be useful to do my usual trick of enabling just the temperature chemicals and slowing it down. Let's do that. So I'm going to go, while we drive, I'm going to go data, enable just temperature, enable chemicals, and then probe 2, we're going to do the exact same thing, just temperature. There's our probes, probably not doing much now. Let's recall both of them. There we go, let's try and catch up with this thing. A nice horizontal vortex coming off it there. It's starting to get rain wrapped though. I'm heading south, I thought I was heading north. I guess it's a 6 and 2 3s, let's take the next left. Oh, it's turning south as well, so perfect. Where is it? There it is. Right, this left. Yeah, this thing doesn't like turning, it's got a lot of inertia in the rear there with the 2 probes. Right, it's moving at 40 miles an hour. Where's the intercept point going to be? I feel like we need to get on the road parallel to this on the right. Well, actually, no, I think we need to get up there. We need to get up closer to it. Right, we need to take this left. So when we get to the cornfield, we'll take a left. And hopefully we can get caught up to it. I think it's headlights time. It's barely visible now. It's getting shrouded in rain. Right, so we should get up to a cornfield. Yeah, that's coming up here on the right. We want to turn left. Well, actually, now the question is, do I stay here? Let's continue along here. The intercept point may need to be further along to the east. It's once per storm, so you can issue the escalate after a tornado recycles. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is how I actually implemented now that I think of it. Yeah, it is 1 AS per cell to stop you spamming it. Not for the entire game session. Yeah, it resets once the tornado dies out. Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. I might have been describing that inaccurately on streams. Oh, it's definitely heading this way. It's hard to see against the backdrop of precipitation. This is what it would look like if we had the 90s footage of it. Probably Val Casto or something getting that footage. I think the intercept point's going to be somewhere around this corner. That is closing in on us rapidly. I think it's in a high precipitation mode just now. Right. I think right about here we might need to use the left-right trick. If you can even see what's the tornado and what isn't. That's closing in really, really quickly. I'm going to do rapid deploy. We're actually in quite a dangerous spot. I'm going to do rapid deploy here, and I'm going to keep the option of deploying a second probe in my back pocket. Let's do that. Okay, then we can reposition east-west along this road. Wow, I can barely see it. Okay, it's slowing down. It's down to 25 miles an hour. I think now at this point we can disable chemicals and just gather as much data as we can. Do the same on probe 2. Whoa. Alright. It's starting to get a bit sketchy. A little bit sketchy. Right, let's make our escape. Even though I do want to see how the truck handles once the winds get up to about 140 miles an hour. So let me just play this very carefully. Okay, does the siren sound need balancing? I'll make a mental note of that for the next minor update patch. Right, 113. It's still managing fine at 113 miles an hour. Put my foot to the floor. Is it visibly slow down? Not really. I want to see at what speed does the truck start struggling. Reverse a little bit into it. Right, 140. And it still doesn't seem to be struggling at 140. Then again, what is my upgrade set to? Okay, I do have the aerodynamic truck code and I forgot, so that will increase the point at which... I'm remembering the truck's not... Oh, I can feel it now, 170 miles an hour. It's definitely pulling on the truck now. But we're still good at 170 mile an hour winds. Oh, it's got a hold of the truck there. I can just... It's really struggling. I'm having to go hard to the right. I don't know if you can see the tyres moving there. I'm having to go hard to the right to keep it on the road. Oh, can you see on the suspension? Can you see the wind lifting it off the suspension there as it got up to towards 180 miles an hour? Look, what it's lifting up on the suspension. 190. Oh, I think I'm pushing it a bit far. Oh, it's just about got us. Look, you should be able to see it lifting on the suspension there. Once I get out of these winds, if I get out of these winds, you should see it rest down further on the suspension. I wonder if I can wedge myself between two trees. I think I'm out of it. Yeah, look, there's less of a gap now. You can actually see the front end mainly raising up in those winds. Alright, we've got a bunch of towns still to warn. I need to get back on road. Where's the nearest road? I'm going to have to head east, off-road. Where's east? That's south. East is that direction. Where even is a tornado? All I can see is dust. Hello, Dub Speed Arts. You create in some scenarios, Rolling Fork 2023. I think that's the one. Is that the one I watched live? I've got a screen recording on my phone. I was watching. So I have like the radar open with like the live stream, and I'm sure it was Rolling Fork because it got to the town and was destroyed. I can't remember who it was. Whose stream it was. I'll try and find it on my phone. I'll upload it to the Discord if I remember after this. I always make a mental note of a bunch of stuff to do after the stream and then end up forgetting when it's time to actually do it. But I'll try and remember to find those and upload those. I'm sure it was Rolling Fork. I got like both the radar and the live stream together when it was first discovered that it had been hit. Yeah, so the truck's definitely acting as intended. The yellow truck would have been even more firmly planted at that point, so I think, yeah, it is more vulnerable to the wind. It's that little trade-off compared to the yellow truck. So when I was watching live, it was in the Radar Omega app. Like, you could tap on the chaser and watch it live. Right, let's do... I think we've got time. Let's do some manual deployments. We'll do this one here, and we'll stop and look at the tornado briefly. I think I may need to zoom out a bit there. And then let's head a bit further south. We need to get on a route to warn those towns. Oh, we've got all those as well. Yeah, definitely need to stay ahead of it. And what I'm going to do... This is... is that probe 1? This is mainly because of the risk of the towns being hit. I'm doing a quick deploy just so I'm not worried about it being impacted by the tornado. I'm worried about not having enough time to warn the towns. What's it at? 30 miles an hour, 0.6 of a mile, so pretty decent tornado. It's filling the screen there. Almost impossible to see. Next left, is it? Yeah, next left. And handbrake turn. Hopefully it doesn't decide to hunt right when I'm heading towards the densely populated areas over here. But yeah, so far the DLC truck seems to be handling absolutely fine. I was really hoping it doesn't turn. What I can do is I can warn this town. See, these are the decisions you have to make with the random generation. So I can either warn this town but risk not having time to warn these towns, or I can warn these towns immediately but probably not warn that town. But that town's in the path and these towns aren't. I think given the density of there... Oh, it's starting to turn towards there, yeah. I think Tornado ETA at minute 15, that's not much time. We're not going to have much warning. Right, let's see where we're going. So next left, and then what I may be able to do is loop around off-road and come down that way. Warn that last town that's kind of in the path. Yeah, we've got a nice looking wedge there. Oh, I missed the left. Head back, head back, head back. Look at that, and that's only 0.7 of a mile, not even a full mile yet. I think we're going into a low precipitation mode now because the tornado's getting very easy to see. Let's make sure I can't lose control by going left or right too much on a fast road now. It's fine. I don't know if once we've warned these towns if we want to try and ride it out inside a house. Now we've warned all them. Might be turning more south. I think I'll do the right thing and try and warn that little town that's kind of in the path. We're going to have to get very close to the tornado though. I think what we'll do is we'll head south, go east here, and then off-road. Okay, perfect. Right. Let's ride it out inside a house. I'm saying perfect, not because it's going to hit the town, but because we can purposely take it away from that town we didn't have time to warn. Look, that is moving rapidly towards us. So let's just get in here. Let's just turn the truck headlights off. And we need to get in here sharpish. There we go. Make sure we watch it from upstairs, downstairs. Don't have that good of a view from downstairs. Let's view it upstairs. Yeah, I can't see much of anything right now. 135 mile an hour winds outside right now. Some trees which are just out for a walk. 180 miles an hour. Yeah, I do apologise for people wearing headphones. This might get loud. So whenever you're sheltering in a house, you're always safe in whichever house you're in. Okay, it's changing directions now. Is it heading back towards that one town we couldn't warn? How the neighbouring house is doing. Surprisingly, still standing. You're safe as long as you stay on the porch. Where are the probes, by the way? Where did I leave them? Oh, they're way over here. I doubt they're even collecting anything at this point. Okay, 200 miles an hour. There's a load of stuff getting shredded over there. Right, I think I'm going to make a run straight for the truck. And we're going to do a quick recall on both probes. I don't know how we're going to win that town. We may just need to take the hit. I can head south here. We can do our original plan of heading south and then bridging across. That was no. Yeah, no, we need to drive towards the tornado. So it's kind of in the way of the path that we need to take. At least I can test the wind tolerance of the truck. So try straight into the sound and instantly stop. Yeah, I guess that is what... Oh, let's watch out for that. That was close. I guess that is how Bill stops the Jeep in Twister when they go into the ditch and then loses traction because of all like the standing water. It does work, it's just not good for your truck. Oh, we're really close to that thing. Alright, we're going to take the next left and then bridge across, off-road. You got a big clear view of the tornado there, big foot. Oops, I missed it. Right, let's just stay on road then, try and warn it that way. Oh, there we go, nice view of the tornado there. That looks beautiful. You really see the funnel twisting there. Look at the motion in that. And that is matched to the real life speed that the wind's experiencing there. Based off the speed and radius, it will adjust the rotation speed accordingly. Alright, there may not be much of a town left. But we'll do our best. We'll get the ETA as soon as we get onto the house, onto the tile. There. The ETA is 0 because it's already experiencing F1 strength winds. There we go. Oh, well, wait, I didn't see all those. Right. Emergency mode. What's the best way of getting there? Right, hide the tornado tracks. I can see where I need to be. I need to get around onto this road. And then just... Yeah, so you go left, left, right. Sounds like a cheat code, doesn't it? Wow, look at that thing twisting. Left. I think the edges of the tornado funnel are a bit too fuzzy. I think that's part of the reason why it's a bit harder to see. Right, we're going to try and outrun this thing. Maybe I need to make the edges of the funnel a little bit harsher, a bit more distinct. Don't know what it's got a hold of in there, but I can see debris getting spun around over there. Right, how fast is the tornado moving? 37 miles an hour, we're doing 108, so let's just keep going in the straight line. It's gonna be like a deleted scene from Twister or something. Ooh. Wife just sent me a text saying that after I finish this stream, she's bought milk and cookies as a treat, so looking forward to that. It's a nice post-stream snack. Oh no, I don't know if we're going to get there in time. One thing we could do actually, we can use the probes to our advantage. We need to reverse polarize wind. And we could weaken the tornado as we try and get towards these towns. Injuries and stuff are going up already. We can at least try and weaken it. Minus 37% wind speed, that's not nothing. Let's warn this next town. Oh no. Look at, 1 second, this is thumbnail worthy. Let me just switch to window mode. Switch up, yeah. Right. Let's warn them. Right, we're gonna have to drive straight past the front of it. I think we can punch the car on this thing. I think. Okay, minus 73%. The tornado's going to be essentially non-existent now. Let me disable chemicals now. Should hopefully reduce the amount of injuries. Yeah, that is a good technique. Maybe I need to make it not as easy or a bit more of a penalty for using that technique to stop. Oh wow, that is right on us. Okay, I need to warn those. I'm just gonna have to off-road. Let's go off-road. Look at that funnel, look at the lighting on that. Beautiful. North, which one's north? Yeah, I need to go over here. Let's try and warn these towns. But we'll have tamed the tornado, so to speak. We've now got a 0.6 mile wide F2. A few more bits to intercept. I think we turn right and then off-road, straight to the siren on that town. Not a good sight. You don't want to see a tornado that's twice as wide as the town it's in front of. Alright, we're going to have to off-road. Oh yeah, reverse polarized size. It's going to be harder to get, since the winds are weaker now. See, these are the trade-offs you have to make. Since the wind's weaker, I'm going to have to get closer now to get the probes to do the whole chemical thing. But yeah, we can do that. Data, let's switch from wind to pressure on both of these. Chemicals on. Oh, it's like right on that tower, and I don't know if there's any point even trying to warn that now. Let's continue east. I think we'll follow it off the map and then I'll wrap up the stream. I did start the stream later than normal. I had some extra work I needed to do on the game before the stream. If you could enable and disable each chemical individually. Yeah, I do need to rethink this. I'm not a fan of how this all is. There's too much text, none of panels, everything's a bit squashed. I do need to redesign this. I'm not happy with it. That's definitely not going to be how it'll be in the full release version of the game, like version 1. I think we take this next right. Should we just try and ride the tornado out? thing's huge. It looks huge. It's 0.6 of a mile. I'm just curious if we can survive it, because it's down to like F1 strength now, and let's try and make it narrower. So essentially we've killed the tornado if we manage to shrink it before it goes off the map. '84, '85, doing alright, 90. So let's see if we can shrink it. Wait, plus 10% tornado size. Wait, we're not trying to make the tornado bigger. I forgot to polarize it. Whoops. There we go. Okay, it's now 0.7 of a mile instead of 0.6. This is what it looks like to be inside the tornado. Not as exciting as you'd think. Let's head south. You try and get into some of these stronger winds. Try and shrink it. I'm just thinking these are where the strongest winds are, so I might as well sit in them for a bit. No, just coming out of the funnel now. Back down to 0.6 of a mile. Yeah, I think the tornado's going to spin itself out once it goes off the end of the map. We'll not take this left, we'll take the second left and see if we can shrink it. At least a bit before it does that anyway. We've got that left to right motion that we'll always speak of. Barely see it, it's just dust. I don't think the winds inside are strong enough to actually pick up any chemicals. Alright, well, while that goes off the map, because that's going to shrink rapidly once it goes off the map. I think that's the border there. Yeah, let's just stop here. While that goes off the map, let's see how much money we'll earn. Okay, 7 figures there. 1.1 million. Alright. Hopefully we can actually afford some upgrades now. So the question is, radar, I'm not that fussed about radar. We could upgrade the probes, but I don't know if much difference between 0.3 and 0.2 of a second. I'm thinking truck upgrades. I don't know if I should choose between top speed or wind reduction. I can only afford pretty much one of these. I think the paved road has still felt slow. I think that's probably the biggest payback, bang for buck. There we go, it's going stovepipe and then it'll disappear soon. What is it? So I was saying, I've got to go get a big fly's flown through the window. My wife's scared of it. 1 second. That's it. So I've had to kill a daddy long legs there while trying to stream. Okay, so those are the upgrades. I think, yeah, the DLC truck's working really well. I did have it scheduled to release for 9:30 PM tomorrow UK time. I might do it earlier than that. Might release it in the morning instead. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to show in the game now. I know this has been a shorter stream than usual. I've been starting later and having more work to do on the game before each stream lately. So yeah, that's the DLC truck. It'll be $2.99 or whatever the equivalent is in your local currency when I release it tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Please give me feedback. I am trying to make it a nice trade-off so that it does get affected by the winds a bit more, but I don't want it to be unplayable. But I also don't want it to just be like everybody who pays for the DLC has a better overall truck than people who haven't, because that wouldn't be fair either. So trying to just get that balance. So I'll be definitely listening to feedback on how I can tune the red truck and make the gameplay more fair and balanced. But I'm going to sign out now. Hopefully see you all tomorrow. I'll definitely try and do a stream on the same day that the DLC is released. So yeah, see you all later. Thank you so much for joining and for all the comments and interaction in the chat. And I'll see you all on the next one.